Rolling.
So we're back to Planet Earth. This is take 6, I believe, through technical faults, screens that don't turn off, to mic arms that aren't working, to things that don't route, to me getting confused in my own language and trying to help someone video switch this episode. Thank you very much, Misty.
You're very welcome.
But I think we're ready to jump in. What do you reckon? Let's just jump right in. And welcome to the Pagey Train. Today I have in the studio with me, Shetu, Simone. Welcome to the show.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Ross.
Hi. And today we're an out-of-season episode for the Pagey Train. We're here for the Made in the West Mega Movie Marathon Award winners, and we have a few of those for you today.
Yay.
You excited?
Yeah. I really love this festival, and I love all the films from 2024. They were fantastic. And this time I actually got the chance to see a lot of the films because I was in the cinema hosting the actual night, like in the actual running of the show.
Yeah, I can't. I think I've got Shetu dementia because you've helped us out so many times on the festival. Because you've done the red carpet event for us.
Yes, that's where I started.
Yeah, and then you've done you did the MC last year.
Yes, I did that inside the cinema. Yes.
And then it was the online festival.
No,
as well?
I started on the online festival. Yeah, that was the first one I did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then the red carpet was daunting, but so much fun. I love meeting the filmmakers and everybody that's in the films. It's fantastic.
Well, you're super popular, I must say. You get a good reception. We've had to rewrite some rules to keep you around.
I love that. I love being around.
But look, going to the event last year, being the MC, I was running around like a headless chook as usual. But how was your experience at the festival last year?
It was great. It was so much fun actually being in the cinema watching the films because like I said already, I started out. I started online inside the cinema, but it was quite minimal time. I was doing a lot of filming on the red carpet, and then when I was on the red carpet the following year, I got to meet all of the filmmakers and everybody that was actually in the films and feel the buzz of everybody entering and coming to like celebrate all the films that they've been part of or the ones that they've heard of or something like that. And so last year it was really nice actually being in it. You know?
Yeah, I get you. Because like when you're doing those other roles, it's quite busy, right? Like it's a lot of work to do.
But I love it. I love that busyness. I love being a part of it all and amongst all of the hype.
So do I. I really get a buzz out of it. Because we've been doing this for 15 years now, right? And you facilitate different roles, and you can't always get people to fulfill roles for you in the festival. So you generally fill it yourself, or fill it with close comrades that are going to help you out.
Yeah.
And about 10 years in, you start stepping away from roles because you start giving those roles to other people. And one of those other roles was directing and producing the online festival.
Yeah.
And I realised that I like producing.
Yeah.
It's a job that I can get someone else to do. But I've chosen to do it myself, and it's good to like sort of do that kind of work in front of everyone to see what we do at Made in the West Creative. So and to see all of the collaboration that's involved, and see all the work that people put in from cinematographers to people that do lighting, audio.
That's it.
Teleprompter, operations. So it's good to sort of give the audience a glimpse to us also working in that raw space, doing those captures.
That's it.
Yeah, there's that raw vein to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what Made in the West is about. It's about this rawness. It's about this real authenticity.
Come and flex. Don't
That's
be
a great
shy.
Word for it.
Yes.
That's a great word for it.
Exactly. This is what the platform is for. We want to see you flex your skill and your talent and your passion. And great for you if you get to be in a space where you're in a freaking award-winning film, because you're flexing your skill.
Well, even just getting on the screen, I've always said, it's great to see. I've got you. Actually, I'll give you this one. This one will be better for you.
Thank you very much.
There's every year we say it gets better and better and better, right? And there was a point there where we realised that this content is valuable on an international stage.
Yeah.
It represents Australia in a really big way because there's no boundaries, right?
Yeah.
In Western Sydney, there's a myriad of different backgrounds, not just like racially and culturally, but just personality in general, just just people's general perspective. And don't get me wrong, those cultures feed into those perspectives, but it's it's a rich melting pot of stories and ideas.
Yes.
And that represents through that authenticity of allowing people to not have boundaries to write the story that they want to write.
That's the nice thing about Made in the West. I think everybody's very authentic, very raw. They bring their stories as they are, and it's the platform to do that because we celebrate it and we pump it out.
Yeah, and the energy there this year was the biggest energy I've ever seen at Made in the West. It was electric in there.
Yeah, it was hot.
And everyone, just people even working for different, film companies that are working on their, from backyard tinkerers to, more established people, rubbing shoulders, talking about their work, seeing each other's work on there. Like I was getting to before, it's great to see winners with the glassware. It's great to see, best directors. It's great to see, best screenplays. Don't get me wrong, this is fantastic to celebrate this. But for me, the massive celebration is all of those films on screen.
Yeah.
It's great to promote artists that have won these things through an honest judging panel.
That's it.
But I think the real deal is these films being on screen just on its own. Is power.
Yes, and getting the eyes to actually witness it and take it in and, understand each film and understand Western Sydney filmmakers.
Yeah, it's a complicated thing because you think about all of our journeys.
Yeah.
Like all of us individually and all of us collectively in our work groups and our creative endeavors all have a story. Our parents all have a story. All of our parents have a story. How we came about in this land, in this place.
That's it.
And that's the melting pot.
Yeah.
And I've seen guys go from because we all want to make our action films or our sci-fis or our horrors. I've seen some good dramas get out there recently as well, and comedy, which is a difficult genre to conquer.
It is. It really is. Sometimes you can't land everybody's humor, especially being from the particular background that you're from. Not everybody may get your kind of humor when you portray it in a film, but then you get those that really understand it and it slaps with them. It hits them right in the sphincter and they're like that. I experience that every day.
But there's risk involved in that as well.
Exactly.
There's a lot of risk in that. You can I don't mean to take things away from horror. Horror is hard to do in its own respects.
Oh gosh.
But expressing it and speaking the language, it's a very accessible genre.
Yeah, we have a movie like that, don't we? Like in the.
Oh, we do. Yeah. There's big shout outs to people.
Yes.
We've got those coming. I won't get straight into the shout outs.
Not yet.
Because we have a format for you guys tonight where we're going to be showing you the nominees and the winners of the Made in the West Mega Movie Marathon, all the way up to the People's Choice Award, where people get to vote. People have voted for all of these prizes that are watched online. But moving right into that, let's do a bit of a recap of the Mega Movie Marathon. You've been a host of this before.
Yeah.
We've exposed or / tortured you along these lines.
Torture? No way. I loved it. It was great.
Actually, no, you were pretty good. You were just bang on. I think we were one takes most of the way through when we worked. Yeah. I do exaggerate. But the format is, we've got some, we do hostings and we have content that we present, and that space is growing. When we first started in that space, it was very small. I think we had what was it, Misty? 50? Was it 50 people that watched it our first time? Whatever it was.
Yeah, absolutely. And the marathon itself started as a contingency plan, right? During the pandemic.
That's right.
If we can't get in the cinema, we have to run this online. So let's.
That's
practice,
right. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it came out of wargaming. You're right. Yeah. Oh, by the way, big shout out to Misty, who's our producer today.
Misty, let's go.
Just where I feel most comfortable.
Yeah. The most comfortable seat. But yeah, no, you're right. It came out of wargaming for Made in the West during COVID.
Wargaming?
Yeah, because we started doing scenarios out of COVID. How does Made in the West survive?
Oh, yeah.
Because no one was getting exposure.
Yeah.
You can't do live events. We're based on live events. This is death.
Devastating.
This is put your lights out sort of stuff. So we had to figure out, hey, how do we keep relevance, and how do we stay in the zeitgeist of trying to get out of this space of torment back into a space where we're operating public events again, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But what happened out of that is the hybrid that we've got now. The festival grew out of that space because of that arduous time. Like we were lucky enough to have festivals through the festival. We had two cinemas at one point because we can only have 300 people at an event, but we had 150 in each cinema that didn't run into each other. So we had to coordinate their breaks opposed from each other. So they had bubbles. So we war gamed all of that, and a part of that was the Made in West Mega Movie Marathon. Like, if you couldn't have your event, what event do you do?
Exactly.
So we were going to use a Zoom platform, maybe a like a Pagey train sort of setup, pipeline, pumping out a live announcement event, just to stay in the space, just to keep our lights on.
Right.
But what came out of that is this Mega Movie Marathon, where we get to add more winners because you can only show so many people on a gala event. Like when you were there, you would have seen 17 films, 14 films.
14? Yeah.
Yeah. So we only can fit 14 films on that venue. We'd love to do more.
Is it because of time restraints?
Yeah, because you can only fit so much. You've only got so much space. It's all real estate, right?
Right.
So the Mega Movie Marathon allows us more real estate because it's online.
Yeah.
You don't want to waterboard your people too much. We did 3.5 hours this year.
Massive.
Which is a bit... okay, all of our fans out there, if you're listening to this, we do apologise, but that's how eager we are to get content out there.
That's a marathon, though.
It is definitely a mega movie marathon, no doubt about it.
Marathon.
It's mega. It's mega. So it does fit the description, I suppose.
It does.
So that's where it really came out of, and this year has been the most popular. I think we doubled our audience size from the previous year, which is amazing numbers.
That's so cool.
In such a competitive space online for content creation.
Yeah.
There is a pay window. Like that's the problem. Like the festival's free, right? Anyone can rock up to the festival, but to operate the online space, it does have to have some revenue. So we try, we minimise that. I think it's $5, $7 I'm getting.
For an online entry?
$6.
$6 for an online entry?
No, you can watch the Mega Movie Marathon for $6.
Right.
So you get a $6.
And do you have that for like the whole entirety of the... Like, how long do you have that? If you pay $6, how long can you watch the movies for?
Oh, you get it for a week.
For a week, yeah.
Yeah, so we find that a lot of people chuck sort of parties.
Right.
They set up a projector, they put on some beers, and then they, because all of the instructions are on how to vote. So we have like at the event, you have a QR code that people pop onto, and they vote. That's the same with all of these awards. Like these awards are all voted for by the people. It's totally democratic. We have no sway in how that rolls out. Like especially the only sway that we have really are the ones that just get into Made in the West. Like the winners are the winners.
Right.
They're clear outliers. It's the ones that are at the middle ground where you go, man, it's qualified into this space, but we're out of time. So you go, the curation powers of Made in the West really only exist at the borderline of films.
Yeah.
Because that's a curation problem.
Right.
Like you can't purely base it on time and science because it's art.
Yeah.
It fluctuates in its presentation. Like it's a fluid environment.
Yeah, it's different.
So
it's
the only managerial space that Made in the West has in that curation is the fringe, the ones that are in the core.
Get the stragglers in.
Yeah, they're yeah, that's it. Well, that's where you go. Some people because like a lot of people that win Made in the West have done a 15-minute film, right? And we tell people not to do 15-minute films.
Is it too long?
It's too long. It's hard to curate.
Right.
I'd rather curate 2 7-minute films.
I suppose because of time restraints or because of like your attention capacity.
Yeah. Oh no, but exposing artists as well. So it's about because you go I can expose this one artist that's there for a 15-minute film, but then you go I've got these 2 artists that have just got a film that's same league of presentation. Because there is a technical measurement for films. Technical prowess. Execution, watchability. These things can all be measured, but ultimately it comes down to the aesthetic of the individual's bias of what is rewatchable.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So what I think is rewatchable is different from what you may think is rewatchable, right?
That's it.
It's not a generic... There's no generic template for that kind of scoring. So the architecture we have is quite stringent. It's quite disciplined, in fact. But there will all at the fringe of the core of that is the ambiguity. That's where it becomes muddy. So you try to make decisions that are based on exposure for artists rather than, and letting the content win.
Right.
Whatever the content win is generally the decision on those processes, yeah.
Who comes up with the final go?
Oh, fuck, man.
It's a battle.
That's a fucking war.
It's a battle.
That's why, yeah. I use terms like, war planning and, war gaming. Yeah, because, like, art for me, and I have opposition to this, especially from my colleagues, but that's okay. We all have our different opinions, but I always look at art as war. I go to battle with
winning.
Yeah, but I go to battle with it.
Right.
Because like it's a battle within. Like you've even got to battle your own. Your
own bias.
Your own bias. Your own demons. Mm-hmm. Your own imposter monster.
Yeah.
You got to battle these things, and it becomes quite taxing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's necessary.
Can we hit pause there, Misty? Can you pause this? I've got to fix this. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
guys.
no, it's fine. It was really annoying.
It is getting annoying. I've got a spare. I'll just change it. But going in with the Mega Movie Marathon, we have all of these great films that come out of that gala event space.
Yeah.
And, man, we have got cash prizes
Ooh,
for the winner
money.
of these. Yeah. So $2,000 cash prize for the People's Choice Award is going off tonight.
Thanks so much to In the Park Events.
Thank you very much, In the Park Events, in association with Sydney Olympic Park.
And that may have had something to do with the increase in votes and
increase in votes and viewership.
Nice.
So our
fantastic.
our watchability is going up. So that allows us to sort of do these things. But we have supplementary prizes as well. $1,000 prize packs for the 6 genre awards that we have out tonight. So everyone gets a prize tonight that we mentioned. So we've got some amazing nominees coming up. But we also, just before we move on, actually, just got to talk a little bit about content provision.
Yes.
The content provision, a lot of people don't recognise it, and we've got to get it out there, because if you've entered Made in the West, we generally try to broker your film to people that want to watch your film.
Yeah, right. This is what we were talking about just before, because I had some questions, because I don't understand like how it works for the filmmaker once they submit. Because they wouldn't actually know until they get into it, I guess. So
we announce the the winners of the festival, the gala events, the official selections. Everyone gets a laurel, right? So they can whack it on their poster.
Right. What's a laurel?
A laurel, the little like wreath thing that you put at the bottom of a poster saying you were in this festival. And you were official selection.
Yep.
So it's kind of like it's kind of like a badge of honor.
Right. Yeah.
So everyone wants those laurels on their poster if they can. So and got to be careful out there if you go film freeway. You got to be careful. You got legitimate festivals out there and non-legitimate, but we're definitely a legitimate festival. So our laurel means something.
Okay.
And there's a lot of other festivals like that out there as well. Like one festival that we look up to is definitely St Kilda Film Festival. We look up to those guys. They've got the similar vibe as us. Like it's about accessibility. But we do content provision. We if you get your film into Made in the West, into the Mega Movie Marathon, or into the official selection. It goes into a catalogue, and we always get approached to sell to be bought content. Right. So we'll go up to the artist and say, someone wants to lease your film. Do you want a fee for that? They go, yeah, of course. So we give them, they get the majority of the fee, and we just do our admin fee, obviously, for brokering it. And that's how we get content out there. We get it out there in the park events, out at Sydney Olympic Park. We've gotten it on at train stations, malls, all kinds of places that basically anywhere that has screens. Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
So if I were a filmmaker and I wanted to bring my film into Made in the West Film Festival, I'm basically giving you the rights to put it out there.
Yeah, promote it.
Yeah.
We have promotional rights. We don't retain rights to people's films. So it's just to be, because people get a bit touchy about that. Like, what are you actually doing here?
Yeah.
We never retain creative rights to someone's film. They always have exclusivity to it. We're just simply brokering it with a third party so that we can sell their content. That's essentially what it is in a nutshell.
That's pretty cool.
We'll not even sell it. Lease it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we've never actually sold a film directly where we go, you now have the rights to this film. We've never
forever.
We never sold a film like that. we've always leased
Just for
them.
a certain amount of time for what they need it for.
Yeah. We generally go, it's usually a month or two.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes just one screening.
Sometimes one screening, yeah.
Right.
Actually, a lot of time it's just one screening.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
A little bit cheeky. Sometimes we've sold to other festivals as well, which is always fun.
But that's
it gives you currency.
and that's exposure for the filmmaker.
That's right.
That's great for the filmmaker.
Yeah, and money in their pocket as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, and we're big on that. Pay your artists, man.
That's it.
But
what about the whole thing about, it's Made in the West Film Festival? How in the West is it?
Oh, it is West as.
Okay.
But I guess when you're talking about geographics or...
Well, what are your parameters when you say Made in the West? Are you a filmmaker that is from the West, but maybe you've gone and shot it somewhere? Do you have actors and actresses that are from the West? And
oh, yeah, this is a great question. Yeah. Here's an analogy for you to put it into context, right? So, a real big part of Made in the West is about promoting artists from Western Sydney to encourage them to be storytellers. So if you're from Western Sydney, whether you've moved here, whether you've grown up here, as long as you've got residence in Western Sydney, you're from Western Sydney.
Yeah.
So we encourage anyone from this region, to make a film. Anyone that's from outside that chooses a location in Western Sydney. So if you're an outsider, we encourage outsiders to come and make movies in our region.
Western Sydney, right. Okay.
Right? So that's really or we encourage outsiders to hire people from Western Sydney.
Yes, right. Crew, freelancers, actors, actresses.
Yeah, positive feed loop for our community.
Yeah.
So if we and it's in the name.
Yeah.
It's Made in the West, right? So we try to encourage filmmaking in Western Sydney.
Okay.
Whether that's from individuals as artists activating artists or activating outside artists to come in and activate spaces, and those spaces then in turn activating more artists, and more artists then invoking more activation of spaces. And those spaces we want to activate is in Western Sydney, and those artists we want to activate are everywhere.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, not exclusive to Western Sydney. We encourage people from outside. Hey, if you're from Gosford and you've heard of us, come and make a movie in Western Sydney and compete against us.
That's great.
Yeah, throw your hat in the ring and see how you will hold up in our festival. Because our festival, man, it's hard to win. It is a hard festival to win. I think we're the longest running festival, film festival in Western Sydney.
That's pretty cool.
We're by far. I think by far.
I think we're even Stevens with
Are we?
the Lebanese Film Festival.
Lebanese Film Festival, big shout out.
Cool.
On 13 years.
Yeah.
It's
great.
amazing.
Yeah. So we're in the same realm. Yeah, I remember those guys starting up around the same time as us. Yeah.
It's great that there's competition.
Yeah, totally.
It's fantastic.
Oh, it's variety.
Yeah.
I don't even see it as competition. It's variety.
Yeah.
It's other spaces like.
It's drive.
Yeah, but think about it. Like if you're making
exposure.
If you're making a Lebanese film, you're going to submit it both to the Lebanese Film Festival and Made in the West. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly.
And the platform at Made in the West, man, you're going to get an audience. Like you're getting 300 people watching your film that night.
That's great. It's so good. And it's so cool at the cinema. It's the best. It's a movie marathon.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Well, big shout out to Event Cinemas, another massive sponsor of ours.
Livo, let's go.
Yeah, look, they've been our longest standing venue. We've been doing this for 7 years now at that venue. With great help, they allowed us to bring Made in the West back to the West, and it's been retained there for the longer duration than it was away. So that is an absolutely incredible feat, and it couldn't have been done without Event Cinemas. So big shout out to those guys.
We are funding their refurbishment.
Oh, look, I must say, I do feel proud. Like, I know that
Come on, Livo, let's go.
We must have hit on their radar with their executives at some point during COVID, because I think we were the most popular event in the region for 2 years running. Because obviously no one goes out, and we managed to get a bullseye through the clouds of COVID restrictions. And we had maximum packed out events within the laws and regulations of the time. That's
great.
And everyone bought a beer, so it definitely worked out well for all parties involved.
Nice.
But here's the thing about that as well. We expected that content, because if you can measure content in a lot of ways. After a war or a pandemic, content can become quite bleak
Yeah.
and dark in nature.
Yep.
Interesting thing out of filmmaking in Western Sydney, it didn't go that way. It went more in a positive way. So its response to stress
Yep.
in the artist space is abnormal
celebrate.
to what the norm is.
Yeah.
Because the norm is it becomes bleak.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So I find that's, if anything's an indicator to us to a film renaissance to me, and especially with the big budget films that have to sell a toy involved with their filmmaking, they can't take risks anymore. It's all about the bottom line. The space that films are being made are the independent space, and that independent space comes out of short filmmaking. That independent space comes out of areas that have a melting pot of storytelling to begin with.
Exactly, the story to be told. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's really what comes out of it. And we are in position by accident, by fate, whatever you call it, just by being like geeky storytellers that just wanted to make movies,
Never by accident. You're meant to be here.
Surely some of us had a strategy.
Oh, not me. No, I just sort of no, for me, if you asked me 15 years ago, you'd be, directing a 15-year running film festival that has activation across all of these spaces, that has done everything it has done, I would have laughed at you. There's no way that I could have predicted doing this kind of work.
Couldn't see it back then, but you were meant to be here.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great. Like, it really is unique set of skills from a lot of geeky backgrounds of things that I've done, and especially my collaborators, Misty McPhail, and Jay Knapp. These guys have very interesting backgrounds. And all of this feeds into the feeding pot of communication, and that's what we do,
It's great.
Without further ado, I think we should get into some award announcements. What do you reckon, gang?
Let's win some
that
stuff.
sounds
All right.
Yep.
So, you guys that are probably listening are going to be from the Mega Movie Marathon entrants and their family that are listening. Hey, while you guys are listening to this, don't forget to share the Pagey train and share this episode around and show that you have won these prizes or even just been nominated.
Yeah.
You guys have done a great job, but let's go in for the first one. I believe the first one is comedy.
Yeah, let's see.
So
what we're up for.
let's see who the nominations are for comedy.
I didn't really find this funny.
You didn't like this one?
Actually, you know what? There were funny parts.
Well, we can only show small clips of this because it's very controversial.
Yeah.
A lot of drug use in
Money
this
is
film.
always out gambling, and happiness
But
is,
it's very interesting
just
film.
fucking happy.
one.
I mean,
I'm
come
gonna
on.
see this one.
How can you always be happy when there's so much shit in this
Okay.
world?
Conversational one, two people talking.
Ever need
Okay.
Really?
really.
Well,
It's very good though. It's only animation.
Your
These
time
guys did a
is
great
up.
job.
Yeah, okay, great.
Ach ja, jedenfalls.
Yes.
Wie ich
Yeah,
schon
this
sagte,
is
die
Foreigners.
Volkswirtschaftslehre
I left
aus
off the
nationaler
American
Ökonomie,
part
auf
there. Sorry, gang.
wissenschaftliche
It
actually is quiet.
oder
Hey, look, I cut these
Sozialökonomie
packets
bezeichnet.
yesterday. We're in a rush.
VWL ist
No,
als
but this was
Fachbereich
quite funny.
der
It was quite funny. It's a
Wirtschaftswissenschaften.
great perspective because it
enough.
shows
This is
that
very interesting.
cultural
Research at
cross-section.
economics was
That's what I liked
easy.
about this one.
Yeah.
Ja, es ist so kompliziert, dass...
Yeah, they loved it.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are
The
we
audience
speaking
is quite
English?
active.
It was well
That-
written. This
that's
was
just
well
because
written.
this is an
This
American
it was
movie.
actually off the back of some prize winners, I think. That one for best writing for previously, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
That sounded, yeah. So they had some help from their prizes.
Sweet.
Oh, mate,
Great.
we have a whole bunch of prizes, man. We do.
Yes.
For me, like I actually offer Foley art. We've got people that do cinematography, set design,
Nice.
writing mentorships. We have, I think it's almost approaching $100,000 worth of prizes.
$35,000.
35? I thought it was 75.
Oh, what?
I thought it was 75. $35,000.
What?
This year. It's amazing.
Oh, this year we gave away 35,000.
Yeah.
Well, we've got another 2,000 to give out tonight, and another 6,000. So we've got like $8,000 worth of prizes going out tonight.
That's cool.
Oh my god! I just got sweaty there. I just got. I got
so
hot.
much.
Oh my god!
So many things.
Who's going to win this fucking thing? Jesus Christ! Oh wow! Whoa. But let's go in for the winner.
Wanna see who won?
Who won comedy?
All right, here we go.
Dusty.
Yay, Dusty.
It was funny. I did find it funny. It's
It
very
was
controversial
funny.
though.
It was gut-wrenchingly funny.
Well, I
Yeah.
think it lured you in with
It
the
does
comedy.
lure you
Really
in.
does.
And
It
then
actually
it's
does.
It's dark
Yeah.
humor.
Tear to everyone's eyes.
No, I hear that.
It's very dark
I
humour.
definitely hear that. I agree with that 100%.
Very
What a
dark.
great film.
Well
what
done.
a fantastic film.
So you guys get your $1,000 prize pack, which is a Sony prize pack by
Great.
care of In the Park Events in association with Sydney Olympic Park. So thank you very much, guys. Do we want to roll straight on? We're going straight on, and we're going to let's chat for a little bit more. What do you reckon, Miss Ding?
Oh, look, I'm ready to roll. If you want to go into the
Let's
next
go
one.
on the next one. The next one is sci-fi, I believe.
Okay, let's have a look.
Ooh.
All right.
Thanks for best sci-fi.
I got the colour from the poster, so big shout out to our graphic designer, Abby Cavalieri. Well done.
Cool design this year. I love
Bad
this
Vibrations,
film.
Prue
I
Borg,
love this film. This
Yeah,
was
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, it's
it
a
actually
theremin.
chilled me.
Is it theremin? Is that what you call it? Yeah, I want to get one
That
of these.
machine is bizarre.
Yeah, I like there's this whole resonance with human psychology sort of involved with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It went quite deep with that, and the sound was really cool.
Yeah, it's got a great design. Oh, here's another great one. Grey
Very
Stains, Ryan
scary as
Couchy.
well. Yes.
I don't know how much money he got for this film. It's up there. From school.
That's the short web series.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, look, go and check it out. You can see it in the Mega Movie Marathon.
Oh, wow.
Incredible.
Wild.
Oh, absolutely wild. Another Ryan Couchy, this one.
Oh, this one's great.
Yeah, so
Wait,
this is Riley.
Riley.
Yeah.
Did I see this?
Produced by
Yeah, this was on the festival tonight. Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course. Yes, Riley. Wonderful.
Yeah, very well done.
Beautifully written. Quite layered
Yeah,
with the
set-
writing and the
set
idea.
design.
Are you
Yeah.
without control?
Yeah, it's very poignant as well. As,
Yep.
It ventures into the
Fascinating.
dark thoughts of what life is and how to have a positive perspective.
And
I really
exactly,
enjoyed
the
that.
dark thoughts, but the imagery was very colourful and bright.
Yeah, it was psychedelic.
And very, yes.
I like a good
yeah.
psychedelic one. Well, look at my studio. I like it. I don't mind a bit of psychedelic sort of
Great.
setup.
Actually cool.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go for our winner for sci-fi. Winner for sci-fi. You want to announce this one, Shetu? You want to this one? I'll give you this one. Here it is.
Wonderful! Riley! Ryan Couchy. So good. Yeah, this was, I would say this was very, it took me out of my reality, but brought me back in certain ways. And yeah, it was on a level of like space that I just didn't fully understand.
It's multi-dimensional, you're right. Yeah, it's definitely
Control.
And it kept taking me back to when I was a child and then bringing me back to being grown and like just analysing all of that together and all the imagery and it was fantastic.
Even as an adult with a child within, it had
Yes,
it was
exactly.
very existential in a lot of
Yeah,
ways.
very,
So
very
Matt,
quite
well
layered.
done.
Very
Another
layered.
$1,000 prize pack from Sony in the park
Awesome.
events in
Nice,
association with Sydney Olympic Park. Well done, guys.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So massive hat tip. Massive hat tip for that. Well done, Ryan. All right, but we're going for the next one. I don't know. I can't. Is it web series? I don't know. Is it? Oh, documentary. Go for documentary.
I know I was
Good
like that at one point.
shit.
I
This is a big
felt fear for my safety.
documentary, mate.
Someone pulled a knife on me once, and even then, like just about when I was in year 10, even people were targeting my family for reasons unknown to me.
I think for you guys as year 12 trying to navigate through school with those social pressures which are very much outside of your control, I think that's
Right.
a really significant thing that maybe doesn't get thought about enough.
students.
Yeah.
We're nearly at final project.
In his hands. In school, the teachers called me a walk and a failure. Even though I was born in Australia. Inside God in the playground, my mother made the kids that were teasing me were eaten by the 6th grade. High school teachers wanted me out the door. Guessing for the factory floor.
Very street, very down to earth.
Yeah.
The human spirit's a very powerful thing, and
Sydney, like they did a good job. This is
I think if we open the door, they will blossom.
It's great to see these films getting up there. So keep
Yeah.
these guys are really
I want to see this.
yeah, it's very much a look into their world,
Yeah.
and over the years I've watched those films getting better, because again, ironically, in disability spaces, it's about accessibility.
That's
Their
it.
whole life is about accessibility,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Yeah,
and
that's all it is.
And film language is one of those accessible spaces, but because technology is what it is now, it's become more accessible, so they have more voice.
Yes.
So that's something for me that's really growing, and I really dig.
Definitely more of a story that can be shown to people for them to understand.
Well, in the dark side of it, I had to remove some of my flashy content because I realised that some people that come to the festival may have epileptic issues.
Flashy, as in flashy, like right? Yes, right.
Oh no, that kind of flashy. No, that kind of flashy. No, like fast strobe effect.
Yes, of course.
So you used to have the strobe effect where I had all of the logos like go.
Yeah, you had to.
And then one of them wrote to us, and one of our entrants wrote to us and goes, "Hey man, that's really cool, but some people might have a problem with that." And there's a massive but again, it just shows that's my ignorance, right?
Well, you always get told by somebody, you know. If
yeah,
you don't know.
Yeah, and
someone's going to clue you in.
That's right. So that's like, you know, I consider myself a pretty open-minded person, and even someone as open-minded as myself, you know, I found that ignorant space where I go, oh, this is entertaining, this should be okay. But then you go, oh, that could be harmful for someone. You're like, oh shit, okay, I'll pull that net back. You know?
Yeah.
So it was great to have it's
good to have that accessibility.
Yeah, that's right.
Speaking to you as well.
That's what I mean. That voice getting into that space, because otherwise I never would have thought about that at all. You know, it would have outside my lexicon. So it brought understanding to me.
Yeah.
And then that opens other doors to understanding of accessibility as well.
That's it.
So yeah, no, I'd love to give as much praise to that crowd as I can. But the winner for the documentary for the Made in the West Mega Movie Marathon.
Misty's
just queuing it up. We got the right one. She's queuing it up. Doing a great job, Misty. Doing a great job.
Let's go, Misty.
Oh no, it's the wrong one. Oh no.
I know I was like,
it's the nominees.
Back to you. We're on the nominees. Please hold.
Yeah, I saw that. That's the nominees.
Oh no, that's the winner.
Oh, I've stuffed off the roll then. It's me.
Let's have a look and we'll just see one more
Let's
time.
see.
Oh, hang on a second. I think it's just got the wrong title. I think it's actually the winner.
I know I was like at one point. I tell people myself, yes.
This is the winner.
I'm glad the Doonside won.
Okay, great.
Well, I'm glad the Doonside won because this was
when I was in year 10 even,
really hit me
people would
hit me hard, and I was just amazed
targeting my family
this kind of content
for reasons unknown to me.
I think for you guys as year 12 trying to navigate through school with those social pressures which are very much outside of your control.
Whoever's like leading the charge on these people is obviously a great influence, and I wish them more power.
That's Anna
fantastic.
Astrid. She's one of the teachers there at Doonside Senior High School, and she came along to the festival.
Yeah. Just
filmmakers were there too.
Yeah. Active person in the right way. Clearly, like I haven't met them personally, but whoever's doing that, inspiring that content is like rallying people together with the right inspiration.
Yeah.
Because you can see it in their content. You can see, that this means something.
Kids just need the right leader, the right personality, the right energy to just guide them, to let them shine, you know.
Well, it's technical as well. You've got to put this stuff together. You've got to have left and right channel audio. It's got to be in focus. You've got to get the lighting right. You've got to get the narrative right where you hold interest, you know. It's very complex language to do film.
So many layers.
And documentaries especially, it's very factually based.
Yeah.
It's open to a lot of criticism. Like you can make sci-fis and teleport people and everyone's okay with that.
Yes, exactly, because it's storytelling.
It's storytelling,
but
right?
You're also storytelling in a way with documentaries. You need to research and have your research quite solid and fact-checked and...
it has to articulate well.
Yes,
it has to have flow.
There's a lot involved.
Yeah, I reckon like even comedy documentary is probably the hardest. I reckon comedy.
Yeah,
and they both take a level of intelligence. You know,
what would be an example of a comedic documentary?
I reckon what's his name? Louis Theroux, I think, is a great example.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Because the subject matter is so outrageous, and he is such a nerd.
Yes.
And
it's awkward. Just leans into it.
Well, there's other ones I've seen that lift off of that. There was a Kiwi fella. He did The Dark Tourist. He was one. Where he goes visits nuclear craters where people go fishing.
Oh.
Because it's now a dam. You know.
Right.
So interesting people. And
why would you want to go fishing anyway? That's an idea.
Well, they say don't dive 9 meters down. That's radioactive at 9 meters, but the 9 meters above is okay.
But then the fish, wouldn't they be radioactive?
You're bringing crazy speculation into this. This is just edible fish. They may look.
But it's in a radioactive. Didn't you say it was a radioactive dam?
It's definitely a radioactive dam, no doubt.
So the fish.
The fish are radioactive. And it's not a Simpsons
but why
episode.
would you
This is
wanna
real
fish
life.
that?
Yeah. Oh no,
That's
yeah,
a
but
great-
yeah. So comedy documentaries definitely out there.
Yeah.
Definitely out there.
Yeah,
What was the other guy who done bowling for Columbine? Sometimes he's a bit serious, but sometimes they can be funny. Mike Myers, Mike Moore. Michael Moore.
Yeah, he's controversial.
Some of those can be funny, but they're not funny. If that makes sense.
No, I get that.
But I'd say Louis Theroux would be the funniest one.
I like Louis Theroux.
Right?
Mockumentaries are definitely up there.
Yeah.
Spinal Tap. Oh, sorry, This Is Spinal Tap. This one goes to 11. I think it's one of the most quoted things you'll ever see in the music industry. But yeah, nonetheless. But like, hey, look, we digress. All right. But big congratulations to another $1,000 prize pack winner for Doonside. Yeah, Sony package from In the Park Events in association with Sydney Olympic Park. Well done, guys.
Great.
Right, so our next one.
Next up, we have Best Horror.
Horror? Is it horror? Turns out it's horror.
That's
All right.
horror. Yes. I was chilled by this film.
It is pretty intense. Bad Vibrations, pretty cool.
Bad Vibrations. Yeah, I really
Bruce
enjoyed
actually the
this.
one doing the theremin, doing the music.
Yeah.
That looks legit. That's
Voiced by Nicole Del Parado
Yeah.
and her team, which is amazing.
Yeah, this one sort of goes on a frequency where it sort of gets into your programming DNA, you know, where you're like, wow, am I a hologram? Is this real? This is another one that sort of gets really spooky into you, like, you know, see the doily on the monster there?
Yes.
You know, imagine the dust that's in the dust in a curtain.
Exactly.
And it has this feel of the dust in curtains, and it's fucking scary. Yeah, go and check this out. It is fucking scary. I don't care who you are. This is like big shout out, Ryan
That
Catchy.
part with the thing coming out of the
Yeah, it's just amazing though. Look at that. Like, and that's
Put it
just a
away
snippet,
or
right?
it's
That's a
mine.
small snippet
You know,
of
you're not one
what
of
that
the
show is all
popular
about. It
teachers,
is
sir.
like high-end production for a
That's
medical
great.
film.
It's pretty great.
Where are we?
Still going on
Oh,
horror.
still going? Oh, yeah. We're on Poison. Yeah,
Yes.
Wayne, big shout out, Wayne Tungst.
This one was good.
Yeah, no, again, one of those guys who's out there getting these kids together, getting them active in, doing acting,
Piss off.
doing cinematography,
Hey.
lighting,
Yes.
the whole deal.
Fantastic.
Because that language is transcribable, you know.
Yeah.
It's such an intersection of art. It is so transcribable to other parts of your life.
That's it.
Yeah, same with music. you
Yeah.
know. Music is, it goes over. Hey, I'm a singer. Do you sing? Do you sing?
I'm in the bathroom.
You're a bathroom singer, car singer?
Yeah, car singer, kitchen singer.
What's your go-to car song?
Well, it depends on what I'm listening to at the time.
All right, okay. Early 20s, go to your song when you're feeling happy.
Early 20s.
Celebration, on the way to a party, and you're trying to ramp yourself up.
Oh, okay. It'll be something Missy Elliott, I reckon.
Missy Elliott, okay.
Yeah, and it's really kind of not sing along, it's like rap along.
Rap along?
Yeah.
Okay, I can dig that though. See, I find a correlation between rap and metal, right? Because I'm a metalhead,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
I'm a metal
yeah.
singer. I can't rap to save my life, but I can sing like heavy metal. But the thing is
heavy
that
metal singing?
it is totally.
Oh yeah, actually it is.
It's guttural
yeah.
vocals. It really is. Like
Yeah.
people say you're just shouting. Like I challenge anyone to shout for that long.
I mean, there's a shouting part and there's a singing part.
Yeah, it's guttural.
Yeah.
Guttural.
Yes.
Right? It's
okay.
like, and you can bend and move notes. Like la or la or
Yeah.
la. Right, it's too much.
Red.
Red. Just clipped it. No, but I guess some of my go-tos, like I guess Otis Redding is one of my go-tos.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, sitting by the dock of the bay.
Wow.
You know,
Watching
the
the
tide
tides.
roll away. See, I knew she was a singer. I knew you were singing. What about you, Misty? What's your go-to song?
Enjoy the train.
I like a little Tracy Chapman.
Tracy
don't I?
Chapman.
And a karaoke.
Was it track? Give me an example.
Revolution song.
I'm talking about a revolution.
Oh yeah, I know that song. I know that one.
He got a fast
Car. Oh, I love
You got a
that
fast
song.
car. So yeah, you do like the breathy ones. It's always breathy.
Oh, I do. I
You
do
got
like
a
it with Bruce
fast car.
Springsteen too, don't I? Every time I
Oh,
put on
yes.
Bruce Springsteen, I was just like,
That's all right. I'm doing like vampire metal down here while Misty's up there, you know.
While Misty's in her fast
She
car.
thinks I'm Iron Man, but I don't feel pain.
he does. He sings
Yeah, it's too
vampire
much.
metal to me through the floor.
I serenade. I'm a serenader. Like a Terminator, but a serenader, you know what I mean?
How do you deal with this energy all the time?
All the time. It's constant. Constant stream of flow. But, hey, what's our next coming up? We got one?
We're up for the winner. Ready? You want to see who...
I don't want to for the winner.
Already?
Would you like to see who won the best horror?
Yes.
Best horror. Oh, we haven't done the winner yet. Oh, my gosh.
Ready?
Best winner for horror is...
All right, they're on the edge of their seats there at home, waiting for us to announce. And here we go.
Oh, of course it's going to be this one.
Yes,
Grey Stains. Big shout out, Ryan Couching. Very long anticipation there. I'm glad that you got to listen to us and what else. But hey, mate, you have won $1,000 Sony prize pack, care of in the Parkments and Sydney. How do you even fucking do that?
Do you know why it's called Grey Stains? Is it filmed in Grey Stains?
Yeah, it's the suburb where you grew up. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, you can't get more Western Sydney than that. It's filmed in Western Sydney. It's named Grey Stains.
Like right in it. You know? It's fantastic.
It follows the story of two young teens as they try to solve the mystery of these,
spooky events.
That are coming back into their lives.
It's actually really scary.
They have to use the Maltese mythology in order to get themselves out of it.
Just did it. There you go. Well, we got some battery left. That's good. Right.
I have some battery left.
We got some battery left. We got this. But look, let's lead into our next winner listing. The nominees for. Web series. Yeah, I knew it was coming up at some point. Web series. Look, I've been boasting about it a lot. This is a great web series to check out. Totally available on TikTok. Go and check it out.
What season are they up to? Like, do they have seasons?
No, episode 18.
Okay, episode after this.
Yeah. But it's definitely worth all the way through. It is ripping, like all the way through. The rendering in that is amazing, especially for a vertical film. Like, it's just crazy. It's a great idea taking these like.
Ratio is cool.
Yeah, taking like these high end filmmaking skills to that vertical space is amazing. It's a great idea.
Diversifying.
But who's the winner of the web series, Miss Ding?
That was the winner.
With me. It wasn't
No.
We have.
We're halfway through. See, we're 3 drinks in.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
We've got 3 drinks in. Sorry, folks. We're having too much fun here on the Pagey
Let
train.
me just show you the other nominees.
Winner in my eyes.
Put it away.
All the other
or it's
nominees?
mine.
Yeah, great.
You know you're not one of the popular
happened?
teachers, sir.
Wayne Tonks.
Wayne Tunks. Okay, so we're back on nominees.
Yes, we've still got one more nominee.
Yeah, no, Wayne's doing great out there. Check out his radio station as well. I think it's
My 88.
My 88 FM.
Does the breakfast show.
Yeah, does the breakfast show. Yeah. I've had him on the Pagey train a few times. Really great fellow. Yeah, really supportive of Western Sydney. And he's
Money is always out gambling, and happiness is, well, just fucking happy. I mean, come on. How can you always be happy when there's so much shit in this world?
The animation is epic.
Really?
Kind of animation.
Well,
Now, your time is up. I'd say that.
Quite special.
Yeah, no, I think it's overlay. The plug-in is overlay. I don't know. It looks like it might be a bit of stop motion with overlays. I'm not sure. I'm a bit, but it's animation nonetheless.
Great work though. She's done
Yeah,
that during
fantastic.
I'd like to see the next one that she does, because that one was pretty good. But I reckon that she'll really up her game in the next one, because that's the one I have. Out of everything out of Voodoo, that's the one that I feel I go, wow, you're on the cusp of really like that was good, but you're on the cusp of pulling an excellent one. I really see it.
Yeah, that's Linda Nixick. She's been doing animation for a little while.
Yeah.
Cool.
So because we've seen some of her work before, and I just really feel that she's about to make something incredible. Like it's just on the verge of greatness.
Yeah, great. Well, would you like to see who is the winner of the Best Web Series?
Let's see it.
Who's the winner?
Here we go.
Grey Stains again. Jeez, it's hard to beat this film this year.
Yeah.
Look, absolutely amazing work. But again, though, if you follow Ryan's journey to this point, we even shared the same job years ago. He was a station supervisor in Sydney back in I was the station supervisor in the early teens of the 2000s.
Cool. cool.
Yeah, just a lot of us come out of different pipelines, but I came. Yeah, he was sort of like before me when I changed careers. He was doing what we're doing now, right? Mm-hmm. And just seeing his progression from doing a job I know very well to then seeing him operate in like network TV and doing film stuff is absolutely amazing. Like that film that you see there is a massive journey. Like that's a checkpoint in a massive journey.
Nice.
And it's good to see. It's really good to see.
Awesome. That's so cool.
Sorry, I think I'm dying.
Oh, no. Don't die. We're not done yet.
I'm going to go to the bathroom. Can I go to the bathroom?
Until after we
Can we
finish
pause?
recording.
We're pausing
Stop
right
at the bottom
now.
right. And so that was the best web series. But let's move on to our next event for next genre, sorry. And our nominees are Best Drama. Got a lot of dramas this year.
This place is depressing.
Yeah.
Amazing, this one. This is
I love it.
Bottleneck. Benji Mendes.
Yeah, this was deep.
Bit of a mindfuck,
This really hit.
City's like 45 minutes away, but it feels like forever.
Never
Same.
understand why you
I
two
can
get
tell you.
such
I can
a
tell you a bit
fucking
of story
boner
about
for the
this.
city.
So when I was younger,
You're not
there
understanding
was
something
someone that
isn't that much
threw
of a
a
shock
rock
to us at this point,
off
though.
a bridge,
Why wouldn't we want to
and
get out?
in the same neighbourhood that this film was done in, and it killed somebody.
There's nothing going for
And
it.
that's where they started putting fences over overpass bridges, pedestrian bridges.
So you know,
So the rest of the suburb.
Yeah, so
way
this,
to find
I
silver
believe,
lining,
I'm
Adam.
not sure, but I believe from that story it's adapted. Yeah. And it's very heavy.
Okay.
I recommend anyone, if you're at a festival, go and check it out. But this is another good one, Dive. This
Remind
one,
me.
yeah, look, this one is about, he's a diver that's, he's had a few troubles in his life and he's been promiscuous and, substance abusive, that sort of thing.
Right, okay.
But I just felt from this film that they're trying to tie these two things together, like because they had the opportunity to film him diving and they wanted to do this crazy scene.
That opening scene of Dusty with his face.
Oh, dude! Like I said, we can't show too much of this film. It is too crazy. If you think these shots are crazy, you should see the whole film, and I recommend it. Totally recommend it. Living with it, another good one.
Thank
Okay.
you for my good
What's
shit.
this one about?
I don't really remember.
It's
what it
a
is.
marathon. It's a girls coming of age
rough,
story.
isn't it?
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
And like dealing with the
I'll be in my room.
negotiating with parents about what you're allowed to do, what you're not allowed to do.
A girl who fell in love with a soul.
Yeah, it was very
At
similar to
age with who
Misunderstood.
she was.
Growing into your own life and being
At times, you could even say she was
Yeah,
proud.
but again, Misunderstood, another beautifully shot film. Yeah, absolutely gorgeously shot film.
I went to
And
high
good
school.
performances too.
I went to high school with
But that pride was only temporary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My good friends.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, they did a great job on that film.
Beautiful.
Neuromance, Cole
Oh yeah,
Goldman.
this was cool. I really like this.
It was a
The
bad
cinematography,
idea.
like the colors. And
I was 6.
Yeah, it's very edgy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
My
it's a very edgy film, and
10
you know,
when I
obviously
begged my
exploring,
mother
you know,
to take me to dance class and not tell
homosexuality,
my
coming
father.
out,
12
and
when
what
my
that means in
bromance
society
gave me my
in
first
today's
kiss.
age.
15.
And
Yeah,
and
they gave
seeing
it a
these guys
name
perform in
and
this
tried
film
to
is
fix me.
actually amazing. These guys did a great
Parent
job.
teacher interviews that would not
They
sway
really
me.
did.
Conversations with a chaplain.
Yeah, it's very
Tears
natural.
from my
It's very
mother.
natural.
Yes, exactly.
It's very
raw.
free flowing.
fuck's sake.
Oh, Places Please. I really like this film.
Yeah, I resonate with this. After working at the theater, I get it. I get it. So good.
Well, it's definitely a nod to Birdman, where it's sort of based to a drum, and you know this continuous shot that goes through the cinema
Continuous
experience.
Shots, fantastic.
Yeah. So they interlace like I don't know, maybe 9, 10 interlaced shots. Oh, sorry, continuous shots. But as far as the reference goes, it does stand on its own a little bit, especially in that Australian theatre space.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was very well done. I would watch that again. It was entertaining.
Same. I definitely would too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd watch all of them again.
Student film.
Oh!
That's a student film, yeah. It was Paul Rye. Paul Rye did that one.
Yep, Sydney Film School.
Yeah,
Nice.
Sydney Film School. Amazing
That's
job.
awesome.
Yeah, I was blown away when I watched that. I'm like, wow, that's a competitive film. So it'd be interesting to see what he comes out with next. But without further ado,
And the winner is...
We don't need to digress this time. We can go straight into the winner. Sorry to hold you guys up.
To the winner.
Oh, it's Bottleneck.
Oh, yeah.
Look, hard film to beat in drama.
Bit of a mindfuck, eh?
The performances...
City's like 45 minutes away, but it feels like forever.
I never understand
so
who gets such a fucking
Yeah,
vote for the city.
These are our
You're not understanding
actors
something
and
isn't that much of
actors.
a shock
These
to
guys
us
are
at this
huge.
point,
The
though.
future,
These
Why
guys,
wouldn't we
I
wanna
would
get
not
out?
be surprised if you didn't see one or two
Is this
people
his
in this film.
Speak for yourself, bro.
In
somewhere.
contemporary society and contemporary art.
Could be worse. It could be moved out to Wagga.
Yeah, she's an amazing actor. Her name's Lenny
So the rest of the suburb.
Yeah, Lenny
Fucking
Kazan,
way
she's
to find
amazing.
silver lining, Adam.
All over the place this year, and she's doing amazing work.
Yeah.
So
Oh, she nails it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Massive
good.
win,
Very good.
and so well deserved. But the performances, the directing, like it's just all top notch. But again,
Pretty awesome.
$1,000 Sony package.
Yeah.
Care of In the Park events and the
Yes.
Sydney Olympic Park in
Oh,
association with.
So good.
Yeah, look, just to get these prizes together has been fantastic. We mentioned before, like I overreached before, was we got $100,000 worth of prizes. No, it's $35,000 in prizes. I think it's $100,000
No,
in
you have
the
to
whole event.
brag.
But look, $35,000 in prizes for the gala event is great, but then to have these prizes for the Mega Movie Marathon, that is a step up. And again, big shout out to In the Park events and Sydney Olympic Park for making that possible. Look, like I said, watch this space. We've got growth that's happening in that space. We have opportunities to make film more accessible to the public, make it more seeable in public spaces. So, like, I can't say too much. I don't want to say too much. But it's
all under wraps.
Yeah. But look, it's happening, baby, and we're getting
great.
stuff going on, and it's going to be
good to
great.
hear. Really good.
It's going to be great. But without further ado, for our $2,000 prize.
Well, this one's the big one, right?
This is the big one.
This is the People's Choice Award.
This is the People's Choice Award,
And
where
the
they voted
Royal
for.
All 23 films. are
Yeah,
running
so
for
this is official selection. This is the online Made in the West movie marathon, Mega Movie Marathon selection, all in one bundle, and this is what has been voted for by the people online, checking us out on Vimeo. Go to our website, madeinthewest.com.au to check us out. You can find us on Vimeo, and you can also go and check us out on YouTube as well. We've got a lot of content over there. But essentially, look, when this rolls around next time, if you're an entrant, just remember that you're a part of the Mega Movie Marathon. We've got cash prizes that are up for grabs.
Yes.
Which is pretty big. $2,000. That's a towards a plane ticket to LA if you really wanted it.
That's it.
That's
Yeah.
next film.
That's your next film.
That's it.
That's the basis for your next film.
That's the start.
This is an opportunity for you to go out and do it again, and we recommend that you do because obviously, if you're winning this, you're winning. So keep winning.
That's it.
But look, enough of us faffing about these prizes.
There's no nominee reel on this one.
There's no nominee reel. Look, if you want to go and see the films, go and check them out. You can't check them out because we've closed the portal now. But look, we've got 2025 coming up. Go and check out
what's happening this year.
Look, 2025, we're still going to have a gala event, obviously, end of November. We're still negotiating out with the cinema, but it'll be, rest assured, it'll be either the first week of December, last week of November, around that space.
When should I submit?
Submissions are open now, Shetu. They're open now.
Okay.
So get in early. You get a cheaper fee.
We've already had a first couple of entrants.
Yeah.
For submissions come
Excellent.
through.
Yes.
We get entries all year. All year. And you've got to be in it to win it.
When's the cutoff date?
It's very close to the screening nights. It's end of
25th.
October. It's a month out from the event.
Right.
We still have the portal open after that, but that means you're into the next round.
Yeah, okay.
So we never close the portal.
Okay.
You can always submit a film. But if you've submitted it past the closing date,
it'll go into the next round.
Yeah. And if you're going to do that, I'd recommend you do it in January because you're going to ask to resubmit it anyway because you're rushing it. That's usually what happens to us. They go, I paid $50 to get in. They're like, well, you're actually an early bird for the following year, so I need to refund you, $15 now. So
okay.
Just read the website, kids, and you'll be able to follow it along. But essentially, we're open all year.
Cool.
So the portal's open all year, but we are open for 2025 currently. So that's the round that you're in for. $35 for a independent film entry, $30 all year round for a student entry. That fee doesn't move, but as we get closer, that fee goes up because it's harder for us to administer.
Yes.
So
and all films under 15 minutes. So, but this year we've got a new extended shorts category.
yeah, look, we're extending the
15
shorts.
to 30 minutes.
15 to 30 minutes.
Okay.
We're offering.
Wow.
So if you got a 15 to 30 minute category, you're still in the running for the $2,000 prize.
Okay, great.
Which is a part of the mega movie marathon. Yeah, an additional screening opportunities. So that means you'll get screened at Olympic Park.
Okay.
Yeah, look, and here's the issue, kids. Like, we would love to put on 20-minute films at Made in the West. That'd be great. But if you look at the spread of artists that we need to represent, it's better that we do it under 15 because then we can get more
artists in.
More bums on seats to see that content.
Yep.
And don't get me wrong, there's other audiences out there, but we hit those audiences with the Mega Movie Marathon. We got people from India watching this. We've got people from the UK watching this. We've got people from the United States watching this. All parts of Europe are watching this. All parts of Australia are watching the Mega Movie Marathon. So this content is on an international stage. And hey, you've got an opportunity at $2,000 if you win the bad boy of the People's Choice Award, which is becoming a crown jewel very soon.
Wonderful.
Very quickly, I should say. So going for...
Without further ado,
let's do it, Misty.
The winner of the People's Choice
Who won it? Look, I don't even know. I don't even know until she rolls it.
Yes.
Please. Paul Rye. Congratulations, Paul.
Paul Rye.
You have won the People's Choice Award, voted for online by everyone encouraged to come and watch it.
Over 250 votes.
Yeah, over 250 votes for this film. Voting got in. Obviously, a lot of parties were had, so these guys obviously know how to put on a post-party show. Totally recommend that. But with that said, we'll be showing we'll be showing content next year in the park, and we'll be leading up to an awards night. And that's what we're aiming for. I'm going into it. Don't go too much giving away there. Too much giving away. Just little snippets.
Hey, if they're still watching now, they've earned it.
They've earned it. If you're still on, don't forget to like and subscribe. But
congratulations to everybody.
Absolutely, massive congratulations.
Fantastic.
International standard. But it's been an amazing journey to get to this point, and to see these prizes going out to these people and to these artists is absolutely amazing.
So great.
So we've done a really good job at that. So a big shout out to Made in the West Creative, especially Misty McPhail, Dr. Misty McPhail, for all of her hard work. She is the engine room and the beating heart of the entire operation. Which is absolutely amazing. It's fools like me that are trailing along trying to keep up.
Shoved in front of a camera at every opportunity.
Just push him out there.
Go and entertain.
But look, that's a part of it. You got to be, you got to put yourself out there. You got to get yourself, raise your profile, kids. Raise your profile. Get yourself out there. Get into movies. Do the small part. I've watched directors, go from a director to being a sound operator. Be a part of the community. Being a part of the community gets you access. Access gets you more opportunity to make money doing things you like doing.
That's it, yeah. Talk to the right people. Meet the right people. Mix in the right spaces. It's all very valuable.
Right. Well, no pressure, but are you going to be back for Made in the West 2025, Shetu?
Of course. Of course I am. I don't think you can get rid of me now.
No. We've etched you in. You were etched in.
Yep, I'm part of the furniture.
We're like fungus. We grow on you slowly, but we become slowly psychedelic and addictive.
That's my type of fungus. It's great. I love being a part of this, and I really enjoy seeing Western Sydney filmmakers. I just like being a part of the platform where we can showcase such great creatives from a region that I resonate with strongly.
And a little bit underrepresented over the years, Yeah. So it's great to have that representation. I'm enjoying that. I'm enjoying watching these ideas get out there. I enjoy people that come along and go, there's nothing like this out there. That's the one that really gets me. I'm like, there's nothing like this out there. Because there's all these rules, right?
Yes, too many restrictions and regulations.
And rules aren't rules when they're in the way, especially if genuine human expression You know, we're not robbing banks here. You know,
Exactly. We're just creatives. We're just artists. We
That's
need a
it.
platform. That's it. We're not robbing banks, did you say?
Yeah, we're not robbing banks here. We're not breaking the law. We're just like trying to tell our story,
If
man.
I could rob a bank.
Well, it sounds a little bit easier than making a movie. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
you know,
Goodness.
and it takes a crew. You need
That's
a crew.
it. You still need a team,
You
yep.
still need a team. You need to
That's
assemble
it.
a team. You need
That's
to figure
it.
out everyone's strengths
Logistics. You need a
and how
project
you're going to
man.
legally get away with
That's
this.
it. Exactly. It's basically the same.
It's basically the same, and you're going to end up doing time because you're going to wait for the movie to work, and then you make a movie because, like, you know, there's a certain percentage of films that don't work, and that's just part of it. Like, any comedian will say to you, like, man, like, if you haven't bombed, you're not a comedian, right? You got to
You got to experience that.
You got to experience the
Build
highs
from
and the
that.
lows, man. That's part of your profile building, and that's the risk.
That's it.
And that's why, hey, comedy, documentary guys, tip my hat to you. It's
Yeah.
a lot of hard work.
It is.
I'll hang in the action horror space for now because I'm nice and safe.
And nice and scary.
Yeah, nice and scary. Ferocious. But look, it's been amazing. We've had an amazing year. It was absolutely electric at May in the West at the gala event. We
so
had
great. A
our
lot of fun.
biggest response at May in the West Mega Movie Marathon. And, you know, in the coming years, we're going to like try and host some events that are closing that off in a really classy, valuable, nice, audience-seeking way.
Excellent.
Well, speaking of which, is there anything else coming up this year, Ross?
Oh, what's coming? Oh, yeah, what's coming up this year?
Yes, what's happening in 2025?
Oh, look, we got so much stuff going on this year. Look, we just talked about submissions are open. Submissions are totally open for May in the West right now. May in the West Film Festival. Go and check out mayinthewestfilmfestival.com.au. But with that said as well, you can check us out doing One, which is the online networking event, Western Sydney One. So
Okay.
yeah, so check us out. So we have a Zoom call that we do.
All right.
Where we get and we usually have up to 30 to 50 participants. So we just meet on Zoom.
Oh, cool.
We put a link out there and go, hey, I normally interview 3 filmmakers, talk about their journey, and that sort of inspires people to think about, well, that's accessible. I can go and make a
Do that
movie.
as well, yeah. How do I get
Great
involved?
networking.
Yes.
Check
How
us
does
out.
one get involved?
Oh, well, check us out on our socials. So,
Okay.
May in the West Film Festival on Instagram, MITW _ Festival on Instagram. You can also find us on Facebook. So just basically, if you type in Made in the West Film Festival into Google, you will find
Pops up.
yeah, we've got great SEOs. Big shout out to Tess Boschi.
Yay, Tess.
Yeah,
Let's go.
Boschnock and and Ashley Laura as well. They're very, very helpful
Nice.
in the background. We get so much help, whether it's online articulation or digital articulation. Live events, music production, Foley production, editing production, cinema. It just goes on and on. Everyone knows someone that can do it.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
So come
The
along.
industry.
Yeah, come along to an online networking event because you run into those people. Our famous color grader, Antonio. Yeah, Antonio. I don't know anyone. It's hard to find someone who hasn't done a high grade film that he hasn't done the color grade on. Because there's certain jobs in the industry you can't go past people.
Yeah, color
they're the
graders
best.
are quite, yes, exactly, and they're quite far and
he's one of the best, so you go to him.
few between.
Yeah, and he's accessible. He understands the language, and he's happy to help. So you got
Color
people.
grading's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
wild.
Yeah, and
You really, that's.
same with the editors, right?
Yeah, editing is intense.
Editing's hard. It's a technical job. So
It is.
if you're finding it hard to do edits, come along to one of these online networking events because you'll run into an
Talk
editor.
to other editors, exactly.
And you can strike a deal. You're not always going to get things done for free, folks. You might need to pay for things here and there. But if you've got a really good story, you might very well enroll someone into it for free because then you can share the rights of the content afterwards, So there's all kinds of arrangements that you can come to if you've got a good idea.
Yeah.
And mostly we just come along and talk about what we're working on, right?
Yeah. Gas bag about what your project is, And
Get it out there.
Well, most of us, if you're crazy like us, you've got 6 projects running at once, It just the list goes on. But we also have check out Western Sydney Filmmaker Hangouts. That's another one that I recommend. Working with Matthew C. Vella. That's more of a public space meeting. We normally meet at the Royal in Parramatta.
Park Royal.
Oh, yeah.
Park Royal in Parramatta.
How often?
About every quarter. So these things happen about every quarter.
Cool.
So online networking event, in-person event. We do outside events as well. So Main the West presents. Sometimes we present like feature films and do an out of season event. But like, there's plenty of spaces out there to become a part of. So I recommend that. And Main the West is a good stepping stone to get into that space, if not the destination as well.
And of course, if anybody wants to work with us, well, look, we love working with Western Sydney filmmakers and creators from across the region. Get in touch.
Just talk to anyone in our network. Main the West Creative. There's very few people that haven't gotten work out of Main the West Creative in our network. We're always looking to hire. We're always looking to do work. And look, don't get me wrong, it's at a space where it's all job per job. Right. But we hire directors, we hire writers, we hire cinematographers, audio operators. It's unusual in a space if we haven't hired you.
Hosts.
And hosts, MCs, that's the
hello.
Yeah, that's the relationship we have, right? Like,
yes.
We have other hosts that we work with. I'm sorry, you're not the only one.
That's fine.
That's okay.
I understand it needs.
You want to be our best, though.
It's an open relationship.
I can't say the best because the other ones will get upset.
One of the best.
One of the best. I actually am saying that she's the best, but don't tell her that I said that. But we have these relationships, and they can be developed through time. Like, especially cinematographers, they're a hard commodity. You need a few cinematographers on your side because not everyone's available all the time.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And it's one of those choke points, right? Same with audio operators, editors. These are choke points of creating content. So if you're in that space, just give us a tingle. We'll put you in our register. Send us a showreel. We can direct you to work or direct you to work through us. So we can either put you in touch with work or we'll be hiring you because we're working. It's one of the two,
It's pretty great.
Yeah, look, we're a big part of putting those spaces together because how was the West won? Well, it was won through Main the West Creative, like putting accessibility to Western Sydney artists to tell their story. That's how we won it, and that's how I want to tell a story. I want to go and win it, and it's ours to lose.
Yeah, that's it.
We've already won, but it's ours to lose though.
We are winners.
Yeah. And speaking of winners, big shout out to our winners today. $2,000. Paul Rye, oh my God, you're going to be chuffed. Put it towards a film. So big shout out, Main the West Creative, Event Cinemas Liverpool, and in the Park events in association with Sydney Olympic Park, and of course Western Sydney University and AFTRS. And not to mention a whole bunch of other the sponsors that we have. My God, it is not possible without you. So you guys know who you are. Thank you so much. And once again, congratulations to our winners tonight. And Shetu, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Well,
I just want to say Western Sydney Uni represent.
Yeah, we're all alumni, aren't we?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
What a great university.
Yeah, it is a great university.
I also went to UTS, so I'm not biased.
Look, the billboards aren't lying. If you're driving around Sydney, you've seen these billboards. The biggest high rates do come out of that space, man. But it's not just because of the university. It's because of the people that work there. It's because of the people that go there.
That's it.
So,
like me.
Yeah, like us.
Like us.
We're totally employable.
That's it.
Well, I get hired by fucking everyone. I don't have enough time to do all the work that people ask me to do. So,
high demand.
Yeah, but look, no fee is too big, no job is too big. That's what I say. But thank you so much for being on the show, Shetu.
Thanks for having me.
And Misty, thank you so much for producing tonight. You've done such a great job. I know I put you under technical pressures there, but you've done an absolutely fantastic job.
Very
thank
welcome.
you.
Yes, producer Misty.
And a big thank you out there to the podcast world. Thank you for being members of the Pagey, well, not members, but following the Pagey train. And thank you for being a part of Main the West and Main the West Creative. Oh no! And thanks for watching the Pagey train. You can go and check us out on Spotify. That's right, video on Spotify. Or you can go and check us out on YouTube. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe. But for you avid listeners out there, you can check us out on iHeartRadio, Apple, iTunes, basically anywhere that you can find podcasts. You've been watching the Pagey train, and we'll see you next time. Whew, we made it out alive. I can't believe we made it out fucking alive. God damn it. Lord have mercy.